Buzz's Retirement Garage. Happy Sunday to you. Cold in Cleveland today, about 34 degrees, but I am out in the garage, so thought I would do a follow-up video. I did a video on is figuring out retirement really this easy? And it was in my bathroom that I'm working on, the project that never ends. And I thought to myself, well, when I did the video, I basically thought, how much money would I need in retirement to replace items? So, as a lot of you know, I'm trying to live on Social Security alone as an experiment. I have savings. I don't think living on Social Security alone is a good idea. We've kind of gone over that time and time again, but I'll just keep reinforcing that. It's not a good idea. But I'm doing the experiment, and so far I'm being successful with it. Last year, 2024, we took $900 out of savings. Now that doesn't even include YouTube income, which put me well over the top. So, but just on Social Security alone, we're making it. Now we have no debt, right? I don't have a car payment right now. No credit card. Anything within or over 30 days, I should say. So we'd use our credit card to pay bills so that we can get the $495, which we got from Costco, from the Costco Visa card, by buying, trying to buy everything and pay bills using the credit card and then paying within 30 days. So we have no debt there. No house payment. The house was paid off right before I retired. So we don't have any debt. We're living within our Social Security income of me and Mrs. Buzz. So I thought in this video called Is Figuring Out Retirement Really This Easy? I thought, well, what else am I going to have to spend money on? And it was just a very way up here look at what we have to spend money on. And basically, I'll link the video, but basically it talks about having to replace your refrigerator, your dishwasher, your water pump, your roof, all those different things that you're going to have over the next 20 years. Say you retire in 65 and you live to 85. Just using that 20-year window as an example, okay? Of course, some people are going to live longer, some people aren't. But using that 20-year window, what are we going to have to buy in the future, right? In that future 20 years. So we wrote down some numbers, and the comments pretty much agreed. Where I missed out was on the roofing, because I put in $10,000, a one-time deal for $10,000, and a lot of people commented that their roofing costs were $15,000 to $25,000, which kind of shocked me. I didn't realize, because we did ours about 6 years ago, and that's where I got the 10,000 number from. And I also used Chat GPT, and it kind of came up with 10,000 as well. So I thought that was a pretty good number. But from the people that have responded, that number seems low. So I'm going to up that. So what I said was in the things that you're going to have to do once or twice, you're going to have a minimum of $50,000. Now we'll raise that to 60, because we're going to add another 10 to the roof. So we'll make the roof $20,000. Following me? So you're going to need $60,000, and then some of the things that you have to replace twice. Okay? I put down $75,000 total in the 20 years to replace items. Now, add 10 to that, right? Because of the roof. So we're at $85,000. Is it really that simple? Well, of course not. Like I said, this is an overall, almost for sure you kind of need this. Now, you can buy used items. You can buy lower brand items. You could buy high-end stuff. Refrigerators could go for $10,000. I didn't book that much in there, of course. But everybody's going to be different, and we realize that. So that got me to thinking. Buzz is always liking to think things, right? So that got me to thinking, how much do you people out there have? So I did a poll, and thank you, because 892 people voted on the poll. And you only have 4 categories, and I didn't want to make it like way up there and kind of make people feel bad because because I left it at 300,000. I didn't want to put like 1 million or 2 million and have all these votes that there's millionaires out there and to make us little guys all crazy. So I left it at a lower number. Okay, so the title was, and the title could have been a little bit better, but I might have been drunk at the time. I don't know. But how much savings did you have before retiring? Now, a couple people answered that they're going to put their number in, but they're not yet retired, which kind of gives a little falseness to the numbers, but a little bit. In any poll, there's a margin of error, right? But I was kind of surprised. I guess I was a little surprised, not majorly surprised, but a little of the amount of the percentage that I saw under 300,000 of savings. So again, I said in my video that you need for sure 85,000. Now that didn't include, remember, that didn't include trips. We just have Retired and Loving It. They just posted a video that they booked an Alaska cruise for their 50th wedding anniversary, which will be in August. And that's going to cost them some bucks. And they knew before they retired that they wanted to travel. So they maybe extended their work life a few more years so that they could get a few more $1,000 so that they could take the trips that they wanted to take. And they enjoy doing that. Other people don't need to take those trips. So again, everybody's spending is going to be different, of course, right? So I got to thinking, okay, if I only need 85,000 to get me through 20 years, what's the sense of having 700,000? Now, of course, don't get me wrong. If I had 700,000, that would be great. We could always pass it on. But I did read a book called Die Broke. If you ever get a chance, read that book. It's basically enjoy your life, spend all your money, and don't die with any money. Now, that's a little bit radical, but I understand that point too. So what is the magic number? And of course, that's the elusive thing because it's different for everybody, right? But looking at the poll, right? It's like 36% are under 300,000, which I thought was kind of interesting. So they retired with less than 300,000, 36%. That number just seemed a little bit high to me. And maybe it shouldn't have seemed that way. You see all these videos about people, even Dwayne retired at 500,000 and he thinks, well, of course, he's not taking his Social Security right now. Dwayne at Retire Early 500K, he's not taking his Social Security right now. So he's mindful of his money, but I thought $500,000, wow, that's enough. But again, he's in California. Costs are higher, right? Costs are higher than maybe in Ohio, right? So 300,000 or more, 64%. That seems about right, right? And out of that 300,000 or more, I'm sure there's a percentage that are into the 500, 700, a million, $1.5 million. And we had some comments. There was probably 30 comments to this poll that unsolicited by me, that basically they told me what they had, right? This guy had 1.2 million. Not afraid to share that information, which is really cool. I love the transparency that you people are putting out for us. That's really nice because we're all doing this together, right? This is we're all in it together kind of thing, and it's great to share information. And that's the greatest thing about YouTube, is to take genuine people and understand, and if they are transparent, you can see where you stand against them. Not to compare yourself, but just to see how things are working out for everybody. And I'll tell you what, if I can get by on $85,000 for 20 years, just to replace my stuff with my Social Security, and that included $25,000 for a car, I might even have put that in there twice. I think I did, as a matter of fact, because that would be the biggest expense. When my 2018 car with 144,000 miles goes, there's an easy 25 grand, Now, of course, you can get one cheaper, but I'm just booking 25 grand because of the prices that I see out there right now. So these numbers, very interesting. 36% under 300,000. And so does that make me feel better about my position? Yeah, it does. Because if they can get by, there's 36% of us that this is where we're at, right? Now, the 64%, great. That's great. You're living in, you've saved, you have money, that's great. More power to you. Take those trips, do the things you want to do. But for us with 300,000 or less, if my numbers are right and they're accurate about how much I need to replace items in the house, some little bit of travel, and I can get away under $100,000, it makes retirement feel a little better for me. So let's see how it goes. But thank you for the 892 of you who voted in this poll, I should say. I really appreciate that. And we'll continue doing videos about retirement so that we can see how things are going for everybody. And again, appreciate your input. Have a good Sunday, and we'll talk to you again. Buzz's Retirement Garage out.